Hello again, this is Dumb Old Dad bringing you another video about my experience with melanoma cancer. And this is a video in a series of videos, so if this is the first one you're watching, click the link in the description and it will take you back to video number 1 and you can hear this from the beginning. So in my last video I talked about having the spot. Went into the dermatologist and they removed the spot. So I went back a week later, and in fact at home I just kind of joked around with my kids that, hey, I probably have cancer and I'm probably gonna die. And anyway, so the next week I went back to the dermatologist and I sat down and the dermatologist came in and she had the paper in front of her and she actually said, she says, "Oh, this is a good one." And so when she said that, I was like, oh, well, maybe this is good. I mean, maybe this is nothing terrible. But what she meant was, this is a serious one, not a good one. So anyway, she told me at that point that it came back positive for melanoma cancer and that it was very deep. So it wasn't just skin deep, it went deeper. And that it was so serious that she would be referring me to the Huntsman Center. And as soon as I heard the Huntsman Center, my face just drained, all the blood out of my face drained, and I became white. And I started getting dizzy and felt like I couldn't breathe, and I got really clammy. My whole body just started to sweat. I didn't know what was happening to me, but I was going into shock. And so they said, "Do you need a drink of water? Do you need to sit down?" And I sat down and I put my head down by my knees and just tried to get my bearings of what she was telling me. She said, this is a serious melanoma. It's deep. We need to see whether it has spread anywhere. So we're going to try and set you up with a doctor's appointment at the Huntsman Center. So I sat there and tried to absorb it. One of the things that she did try to tell me was that don't go on the internet and look up melanoma cancer. Don't do it. She gave me this book and she gave me this binder of a bunch of things that I should look up. And she said, just don't go search on the internet. And of course, I'm an internet guy. That's what I do. YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. So, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm definitely not going to do that. I know where to look on the internet. So anyway, after I got my bearings and I was able to leave the dermatologist's office, I went home. And of course, the first thing I do is I look up melanoma cancer. I thought maybe I could research on support groups or whatever. And as soon as I looked it up on the internet, I saw images of huge scars and death notices and people that have suffered and didn't make it. And after probably three websites that I went to, I thought, I am not going to look this up ever again. I'm just not going to look it up ever again. I'm going to use her little books and her pamphlets, and that's the way I'm going to research what this is all about. And I didn't even want to look in those. I really didn't. But I called up my wife, and she was teaching school at an elementary school. And I told her, you know, when you come home at lunch, we need to talk. And she somehow knew that something was up. So she told one of her people at work that she probably wasn't going to come back. So she had somebody to cover her class. So she came home, we were in the basement, I remember, and I told her what had happened, and they gave me this little spreadsheet or this little document, and it had detailed out everything about the little spot. The spot was about probably that big on the back of my calf. And so it told all the details, the centimeters and the length and the depth and all that stuff. And so we immediately started to think about who we could call and what doctors we could call to like get a second opinion or at least give us some idea of what we're looking at. And so we called a local person that we knew, and her son-in-law, I think, was a Mohs surgeon that dealt with cancer all the time. And so we emailed a scan of that over to him to see if he could kind of tell us. And within maybe an hour, the word came back that, yeah, this was serious enough that you need to go to the Huntsman Center. It is beyond what he can do. And so that was not good news. And of course, when I stress out, you'll see this is what I do. I start, for some reason, doing this. Anyway, it's stressing me out now. So the dermatologist called back and they said, hey, good news, we have gotten you into the Huntsman Center. We've got an appointment for you, and it's probably one of the best melanoma surgeons around. And so you should be very thankful for that. And so, I don't know, I guess I felt thankful. I didn't know how to feel thankful. But anyway, my wife and I cried together, and we started talking, and we started deciding what to do. So I'm going to stop this video right here. I'll tell you a little bit about what I talk about and then what we did next in the next video. So stay tuned, please subscribe, and I will post another video about my melanoma cancer story. Thanks, bye.
Hey, I think I see somebody in there. Oh, hey, that's you. You're watching my video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to share it with your neighbor on Facebook. Or if you want to keep watching my videos, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Dumb Old Dad. We'll see you later. I think I see you in there.